What's good, my idol manglers? Today, I have a very special video prepared for you. It is the monthly reading log today. I always love doing these videos, even though none of you like when I do these videos. That's a joke, by the way. Wheel video is coming tomorrow. Or when is this coming out? Monday? So Wednesday. Or, yeah, wheel video is coming on Wednesday. I can't finish a single fucking thought. Holy shit. Let me get back to the topic at hand. Log video, like doing these videos. March was probably one of the best months for me in manga, like, period. It literally feels like every single series I read this month hit its peak in March for some reason. Wheel video, that'll be Wednesday. I know everyone likes the wheel videos. Well, the people who watch them love the wheel videos. And then I will do an Oscars kind of. I don't know how to explain it. I've already filmed it, but I don't. It's like a quarter Oscars kind of thing where I give like awards and shit. I'll when you see the video, you'll see what I mean. I guess let's just start. I should say I do everything from worst to best. So the first thing I talk about is worst. Last thing I talk about is the best. I think most people know that by now. At least the people who watch these videos. Okay, first thing that I read this month that I thought was fine. I didn't really care for it at all. Was Black Torch. Black Torch I thought was whatever. It just didn't do anything for me at all. I just don't really care about these characters, nor do I care about the world, nor do I care about the power system. And every character is literally the most bland piece of shit on the planet. Like, not piece of shit like they're a bad person. Just like, they're just so like, they're like unseasoned potatoes. Like, why the fuck would I want to eat that shit? Like, there's a scene here where like they're all going in like an elusive state where they're all like seeing illusions and shit. And we get to see the other two like side characters' backstories. And there's some of the most basic shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like, is this really all there is? And then they triumph over it in like the next page. So it's like, we're not even building anything up. Like, who cares? So it was just plain annoying. I just didn't care for this volume at all. Now we have a big jump in quality from like a 5 out of 10 to like a 7 out of 10. So big jump in quality here. We have Boys Abyss Volume 6. The more I think about this volume, the worse it becomes for me. Just for the fact that I genuinely could not care less about any of these characters, like, at all. I do love, like, not really, like, the premise of it, but just where the story is, like, going in general, where they're all just starting to blame other things besides themselves. And I do like the, recurring elements of the story, if that makes sense. And a lot of things are, like, kind of, like, crescendoing into what I feel like is going to be a very big climax at the end. And a lot of our main characters are in like the worst places possible, which I do really like. I do like that we're getting this feeling of like ending this as well, like a feeling of like everything's finally coming together. Still don't care. I just don't care for these characters, like, at all, genuinely. They're all just there for crying bait. Like, genuinely, it's just crying bait. That's all. It's sad bait, and I don't care. I just don't care. It has nothing to say. Genuinely, it literally feels like it has nothing to say. And I just don't care for any of these characters. All right, next we have a volume that is definitely a lot worse than the 2 volumes I talked about, but still hype as shit, so I can't even, like, be mad at it. It's Tokyo Avengers 27 and 28. Okay, I was ragging on Boys Abyss about, like, oh, I don't really care about these characters. This is, like, the opposite of my problems with Boys Abyss. I genuinely feel like nothing is fucking happening in this manga anymore. Well, there are things that are happening, but, like, what the fuck are we even doing? Like, genuinely, what are we doing? Why do we go back in time to save Mikey, even though this brother doesn't even want to be saved? Like, why are we doing that shit? And then, like, we're just ruining our life for no fucking reason. Why are we ruining our lives? Why is Draken dead? This doesn't happen in this volume, by the way. That's just shit I had problems with before. The way this volume ends is, like, so upsetting. And then Takemichi finally goes, the best way. He, like, learns the same lesson he's learned, like, 3 times already. And then we get, like, this dumb-ass fucking backstory that, like, has no significance whatsoever of these characters, like, we've barely even met. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is even happening? I genuinely, like, what is happening? Though, I will say Takemichi creating the Tokyo Manji gang again and getting everyone back up, and then him being like the Mikey leader and everyone like coming up and holding like their arms on their back and shit, and everyone being like, yes, Cap. Oh my god, that shit was hard. That shit was so hard. It was so hype. Like, Tokyo Revengers does such a good job at just having hype. Like, genuinely having hype. And then I don't even know her name, like Senku or something like that. The girl, like, getting into the uniform and shit, even though she hates the Tokyo. Bro, it's so fucking hard for no reason. Just getting the entire game back together. It's so hard. Like, it's just so much fun. Even looking at this now, I'm, like, getting hyped. Because it's, like, I love these characters. And I love, like, their stories that they went through previously in the manga. I love that shit. But, God, it's just ruined by this, like, last final arc. That genuinely does not need to even be in this manga. Genuinely. The last arc was literally the perfect ending point. Literally the perfect ending point. Just make it so Mikey isn't evil. And it's the fucking most perfect manga of all time. But you just had to fucking ruin it with this last arc. I have one volume left, and then the series is over. So I'm praying to God that final volume is better and makes like the reason on why the series had to continue. Why like it makes it clear to me, because I genuinely don't know why it had to continue. All right, next is I should have said this was Boys Abyss and Blackguard, but I did a video on manga bingo, and a lot of these volumes were in that video. So I'm not gonna touch on them too long. Like Tokyo Revengers I did, but I'm not gonna touch on them too long. Made in Abyss, I thought that was great. I love the world and the ending scene. There's like an ending scene here with all the characters like saying goodbye. I thought it was really, really well executed. The pacing is really bad though. I just don't like the pacing at all. And the art is like really weird. Like the art has like this weird like shade to it that isn't like a normal manga. And it just looks really off in my opinion. I just don't really like it that much. But everything else about this manga is very, very good. Especially that ending scene. That ending scene was just really good. I really enjoyed it. All right. Next, I got a manga that pleasantly surprised me. By the way, after Blackguard, literally after Blackguard, everything gets great. Everything is a great volume, a manga I would recommend. None of these manga are bad in any right besides Blackguard. Blackguard's the only one. Everything else is incredible. Wait, is it even called Blackguard? No, it's called Black Torch. What the fuck am I talking about? Blackguard. I mean, Blackguard isn't a good manga either. Don't get me wrong. That one guy in the comments will disagree, but Blackguard is not a good manga. Everything else that I'm talking about is a good manga, except for Black Torch. All right, we have a dough. I want to talk about this. It would have been lower, though we are introduced to a very, very cool world that is just super sick. Like, the beginning is really cool, how it's just like, you know, normal shit is happening, and then it just cuts to, like, these FBI agents or whatever. It's, like, a really cool, like, distinction. I really just like the idea of, like, these people with, like, plant fucking bodies or whatever. It's really cool. I like it. And the ending was super cool, too. It was a great twist at the end. You know, a lot of characters that I didn't think would die fucking died, so that's freaking crazy. Though I will say the characters just don't interest me at all. Like, there's this one guy who's, like the Gojo of the universe. Like, he's, like, a big, strong guy, and he just is so uninteresting. His entire thing is, like, he doesn't like liars. But then it's like, brother, you're basically lying by pretending to be a human. But, you know, whatever. I mean, he's technically human, but, like, whatever. We're not even going to get into it. I don't really like that guy. Maybe the point is that he's a hypocrite, but whatever. And then, like, the guy's backstory I thought was fine. I didn't care. But everything else, I was a very solid surprise. I actually really enjoyed it. And it's fucking sick, too. It just looks cool. All right, by the way, my back is fucking aching, right? I don't know why. I don't know why. My back is fucking destroyed. I'm like I'm bending over and it's like, holy shit. By the way, next is City Volumes 1 and 2. I love this manga so much. I cannot wait to read more of it. It is so funny. The characters are so charming. I had so much fun with this. There's like a chapter in here where they do like a soccer game or something. They literally play a soccer game, and it's one of the most funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. They're all like trying to like get a red card, and then it's just so stupid. The humor is so fucking stupid in City. I just it's infectious. It's just genuinely infectious. But there's just so many moments in here that are just so like I would just say filled with like personality. They're just genuinely so funny, so goddamn funny, and I would definitely recommend it. Though I did hear some accusations that this is funnier than the 100 Girlfriends. Incorrect. I don't care. I don't care if I haven't read the other 14 volumes or whatever. Fucking incorrect. So I'm saying it's incorrect. All right. Next, we got another 2 volumes that I read. A lot of this stuff is only like 1 or 2 volumes, so I didn't read that much this month. I read The Darwin Incident, volumes 2 and 3. This was very good. This was better than the first 2 volumes. I love The Darwin Incident. It just has like, it has a such good like confliction in the manga about like whether we should be able to eat animals or not. And it's just super, super cool and interesting. Like, I will say my biggest issue with this is it can feel very preachy on whether we shouldn't or should eat animals. Because, like, the manga's clear message is we should not be eating animals, which I disagree with. I am a carnivore day in, day out, right? That's the main message of this manga. But it's kind of confusing because, like, the terrorists that are clearly the villains, they are vegetarians or vegans or whatever. But there's a lot of moments where it's just kind of like, this character says that it's good to not eat animals, and then that's the entire scene. It like kind of feels like it's just trying to get me to not eat animals. So it's like, tell a good story first, which it's doing. I'm not saying it's not doing that, but it just feels like some scenes just feel like very heavy-handed, and I wish it more like was like able for you to conclude to your own decision rather than you need to stop eating animals kind of thing. But that's my only issue with these 2 volumes. These 2 volumes were incredible. The twists and turns were fantastic. The writing was fantastic. The pacing was great. The ending of the 3rd volume was fucking insane. Like, the twist at the end is insane. Like, what's happening after this? Like, there's just so many twists and turns and big moments that happen. And I do love it. Like, though I do think the writing is also, like, kind of cringe. It is, like, super realistic. People get into like actual arguments with each other, and there's a lot of like philosophical ideas about like humanism and why do vegans exist, or like why do we eat animals or whatever. Like, there's a really interesting message, and there's a good like what's the word, duality, is it? Yeah, duality between like our main characters and the terrorists, who are both vegans but are enemies of each other. So it is like a really interesting story. And I think it's only like 8 volumes, I think. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, I really enjoy it. And if you want American politics, I can't believe I'm saying this about a manga. If you want actual American politics, because it takes place in America, you could read The Darwin Incident. There's actually, I forgot about this, there's a fucking a school shooting scene in I think volume 3 maybe. There's literally a scene like that, and it's fucking terrifying. And an anime just got announced. That's actually going to be the most controversial anime of all time. As soon as that scene comes on, it's going to be fucking insane. The internet's going to blow up. Next, I have a volume that I honestly forgot I read this month. It is Blue Box, volume 14. Not that it was bad or anything. I still really enjoyed it. It was just that this is just another volume of Blue Box. It's always going to be good. We get a lot of good moments. We get, some new characters are introduced that I really like. We get some good moments there's like a side romance that's happening. I love that side romance, by the way. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. McDonald's style. We get like a sports festival. I'm just scrolling through the volume to memorize shit. We get like a sports festival. The sports festival is very cute. There's a lot of scenes that are very cute. It's just a fun volume, like, overall. That's just a great, wholesome read. Nothing wrong with it. Just another great volume of Blue Box, obviously. All right, next we got a volume that really surprised me. I did not think I'd like this much, but it was really, really good. And it was YuYu Hakusho, volume 1. I did not think this first volume would be that good. Especially happens with older manga. This one's old in general, but just old manga where it's like, at the beginning, it's very like Sunday morning cartoon, or what is it? Saturday morning cartoon. Just very episodic, just really just using its charm as like the why you should read, like the reason for reading it. And it's overall just kind of annoying most of the time. Like, even a manga like One Piece that I think starts off incredible, a lot of people have issues with the beginning arcs of One Piece, or like take like a Naruto for example, like the first arc before like Land of Waves and before the what's it called, before like the Chunin exams, all that stuff. The beginning of Naruto where characters is hanging out is just kind of whatever. Like it's fine, but it's not like the heights of what Naruto like what people talk about Naruto. And like you take a Bleach, the beginning arc of Bleach is literally just slice of life stuff, and it's just boring. It's just setting stuff up. That's the beginning of Bleach, and it's genuinely just boring. But Yu Yu Hakusho surprised me. It didn't really do, well, it did do that, but it did it in a lot more mature way that like integrates with the story like a lot better. That I enjoyed like a lot more because it is like about death and people like moving on and people growing as better people and how they react to Yusuke's death and how Yusuke thinks like everyone hates him or whatever when actually a lot of people who do hate him like are very affected by his death. I really enjoyed that, and there's a lot of like sad mini stories in this that were pretty emotional that I really enjoyed. Like there's a story about like a boy and his dog and how he has to like move away and like grow from his dog's death and how he needs to grow up, and it like coincides with Yusuke's story as well. It's just really well made, and I just really enjoyed this first volume. Highly recommend. Is it better than Hunter x Hunter though? Probably not, sadly. Though I do love Hunter x Hunter. Next, I have Metalist Volume 7. I have a lot of stuff to get through, and we're already 16 minutes in. This is not good. Volume 7, great volume, very emotional moments here, and we get a lot of build-up. The finale of this volume was fucking insane! It was fucking insane. Our two main rivals, or main character and main rival, are finally on the same stage, and I'm so fucking excited. Volume 8 is going to be fucking insane. Alright, next, I have a manga that is also very underrated, because I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it. Dragon and Chameleon, Volume 1. This volume is small as shit, by the way, too. Volume 1 of Dragon and Chameleon. This is basically just a, it's just about like a manga author and editor. They switch bodies, and the editor goes into the manga author, and the manga author goes into the editor's body. And so the manga author, because the editor is like evil as shit, the manga author has to go and like grow and like go higher up in the ranks of manga. Like he can't just start off a series and just like create a manga because nobody trusts him yet. He hasn't made like enough one-shots or whatever. So he makes a one-shot and then he goes to work on another series and like becomes an editor for that series. And then while he's an editor for that manga, the fucking editor is continuing the other guy's manga, which is fun. And then people are like, man, the ratings are going down. And it's just a really cool inside of manga. It's just fucking sick. And the art is incredible. And there's so many moments that are just so fucking cool. Like I love this cast of characters. All the entire cast is very fun and they're very dynamic. Like I just love this volume. I love that manga, honestly. I'm just so excited for it to continue. All right, next, I got a manga that did not surprise me at all because I knew it was going to be good just based off the premise. It is Gannibal. I know it's called Gannibal. I call it Gannibal because it's fun to say. Volume 1. This is a very skinny volume, by the way. It's like $20 too. How much is this shit? Oh, $13. For some reason, I thought it was $20. Though it is in very good quality. This is one of the creepiest fucking manga I've ever seen. Even me going, this is the creepiest manga I've ever seen. I just saw a panel that's... Bro... What the fuck is that panel? Oh my goodness. That's fucking insane, bro. That's fucking insane. It's scary as shit. People who know, just looking at it now is fucking terrifying. The final, the second to last panel of this manga is fucking terrifying. It is one of the scariest manga I've ever read in my entire life. Because it just has like this huge amount of suspense built into it in like every single interaction. It does not matter. And it's just fucking scary. Like... what's that movie called? There's a movie about like this family that meets like a Norwegian family, and the Norwegian family are like a bunch of fucking psychopaths or whatever. It has like very similar vibes to that movie, or like Midsummer. I think it's called Midsommar or whatever. That it has very similar vibes to that. Like it's basically just about a police officer that like goes to a town that's full of cannibals, but he doesn't know it. But for some reason the entire town has guns and is like evil and like just knows what's happening. So like any fucking move this guy makes, they know for some reason, and everyone is like the best shot in the world, and everyone wants to fucking kill this guy. But it's just so fucking scary. It's just so scary. It's just scary. Okay, that was Gannibal. Next, I got a volume that also surprised me just because volume 3 was just kind of disappointing, and I thought it was going on like a downhill, though it quickly brought itself back up, and that is Trillion Game Volume 4. Nothing wrong with this volume at all. Genuinely, like, I fucking love this volume. There's actually some pretty good emotional moments. There's a fantastic moment where like the main character is going on this date with this one woman, and it's incredibly tense like the entire time. Just so many fun and good moments. I love the two main characters kind of splitting up and like him challenging them. Like, I love that shit and how they actually want to make like a good video game. That is fucking awesome. There's just so many parts about this manga, and the way everything is like being created and being managed in this manga is so fucking cool. I can already tell it's gonna build up to be the greatest fucking climax of all time. Like, I can already tell. This volume was fantastic. Motherfuckers are already made like $1 trillion by this point. They made $1 trillion in my heart. The manga author better make $1 trillion selling this manga because it's fucking fantastic. All right. Next, we've got After God, Volume 3. Again, After God, it's fucking incredible. I'm running out of adjectives. Adjectives. Honestly, my biggest issue, for some reason, the motherfucker who translates this manga does not know how to write, because the typos are insane in this manga. And it's not even typos. It'll just be some random ass panel, and it just like grammatically doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it'll say the word "it's" like twice in one sentence. Like, what is even happening? Why is that in the Japanese? Is the guy fucking missaying in Japanese? I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's AI. I don't know if they just have enough. They don't have enough time to translate it. I don't know if it's Google Translate. I don't know what the fuck it is. Can we get like a better team on it to translate it, or like a better dude or whatever? Because holy shit, it's like impossible to read. Like, it'll literally take me out of the book every single time. I'm reading, fucking crazy shit is happening, characters are dying, what the fuck, I'm fucking crying. They just used the word this twice in one sentence. I don't think that was supposed to be there. Oh, that's crazy. That definitely would have hit me more if the fucking word "this" wasn't in there twice. That's literally my reaction to a lot of these moments in this manga. So that sucks, even though I can tell, like, in my head, this was a fucking fantastic volume and should probably be a bit higher. It just brought me out of the experience so much. So I can't put it that high. All right, next is a volume that I'm actually so sad to put low, because this has been one of the best volumes in quite a while for this manga. And it's not like the manga's been bad or anything. This volume just stepped it up like so goddamn much. And that is the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You, Volume 13. This volume was so surprisingly good. First off, the introduction of this girlfriend is one of the best introductions in the entire fucking world. She brings so much like angst, but also like philosophy to the group, and just brings so much more depth to the group. Like, she's an ethics teacher, but she like is basically the group therapist. So she's like the one like solving problems and like bringing stuff out and creating themes and like emotions. Like, the final chapter is like one of the most emotional things I've ever fucking read in my entire life for some reason. It's so good, and just like, it's just a great date. And then there's another one where one of the girls is like going like is going to do this play or whatever, but all the actors and actresses drop out. So Rentaro has to be literally every single role for her, and it's so fucking funny. And there's just so many moments that are hilarious. The ethics teacher is probably going to be one of my favorites in the future. I absolutely love it. Almost everything about this volume in particular was great. Every single chapter was great. And it's a super episodic manga. Like, don't get me wrong, there's not really a lot of like large plot threads, maybe some character arcs here or there, but there's not really like a large plot thread. But like every chapter in this manga, every like storyline, fantastic. The author knocked it out of the park. So yeah, this is like one of the most funny manga I've ever read. All right, next we got a series that definitely got a lot better with time. And I'm actually pretty surprised it got this high because, like, when I was doing the rankings, I was like, this series, you know, pleasantly surprised me. It was really, really good. That's Welcome Back Alice, volume 6 and 7. I love this. I love these 2 volumes. It got so much better for me. It's not even funny. It genuinely isn't because they got so much better for me. I'm not going to talk about them too much, though, just because I don't really care that much about Alice or Welcome Back Alice. I don't really care that much about that manga. Okay, though the ending was fucking fantastic. The ending was incredible. Next, I have a series that I've already read, though I am rereading, and this got me to cry like twice. So it is Haikyuu volumes 10, 11, 12, or just volume 4 of the omnibuses, and we are getting into the thick of it, if you will. We're getting into the good stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. We're getting into like the really, really good stuff, and it's working. The training arc was fucking fantastic. It got me to cry twice, actually. It got me to cry. Just the relationship of Hinata and Kageyama and what that means into the future, and then Tsukishima's development and just my knowledge of where it goes in the future got me to cry twice. Plus the extra chapters of the 2 games were fucking fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Oikawa being built up, the Team Jozenji being built up. Like, there's just a lot of elements in this manga that are setting up things in the future that I heavily appreciate. So, yeah, this is extremely important. Great volume. Oh, when someone asks, like, if the singles or omnibuses are better, or, like, the quality of the omnibuses, the singles are definitely better, in my opinion. I prefer the singles, but the omnibuses are fine. They're decent. The spines don't crack. I don't know if that's what you're worrying about. Next, I have a volume that did the one thing that I fucking... Every single time a manga or show or whatever does this thing, it becomes the greatest thing of all time. It's the Fable, volume 6. Of course, this volume is going to be high. First off, let me just get the obvious out of the way. Hilarious. Fantastic art. Fantastic writing. I can't do fucking 3 fingers for some reason. Fantastic writing. And everything all in between was incredible. There's a scene in here where the main character has a sister, right? Or a fake sister, but they're whatever, sisters. And she has, the only thing she has done for the entire fucking manga is drink. And we have not gotten a single fucking, like, detail ever. We've not gotten a single, like, echem of evidence that she can fight. And she fucking fights, and she kicks this brother's ass. I fucking love it when there is a sidekick character only meant to boost the main character. And I love it when that character gets the spotlight and can fucking fight like crazy. Like when Robin, like Batman and Robin, when Robin goes on his own and fucks everything up, or like it's going crazy. Oh my god, that's so fucking cool. I love that shit so much. It's so awesome. And I'm pretty sure it's this volume. I'm like pretty sure. Yeah, it's this volume. They're like talking. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. It's so fucking. She's like, I'll give you 8 seconds because that's the amount of time this food's gonna fucking boil. And she fucks him up. Like, she actually fucks him up. It's so fucking cool, bro. It's so fucking cool. I love that shit so goddamn much. Or like when the comedic character only used for comedy starts to fuck shit up. That's so cool, bro. I love that shit. I love it. It's just sick. It's just sick. Okay. Hold on. I just fucked everything up. Okay. We have a couple things left. Here's another volume that pleasantly surprised me. It is Thunder 3, volumes 1 and 2. This was fantastic. World's incredible. Characters are fantastic. This is the most entertaining thing I've read. Genuinely. It was just so good. I don't have anything to say about it just because of how good it was. Most of these, actually, I think after this volume, everything is a 9 out of 10. At least a 9 out of 10. I have 4 series that are a 9 out of 10. That is fucking insane. That doesn't happen. Or at least a 9 out of 10. Because I think some of these I gave 10 out of 10. I think I gave 2 manga 10 out of 10. Which is fucking insane. It is Nude Model. Volume, just Nude Model. I would have honestly given this a 10. Genuinely, I might have given this either a 9 or a 10. If the first story was a little bit better. And it's not like the first story was bad or anything. The first story was fantastic. It just wasn't as like, I don't really know how to say it besides this word, but it seems like very pretentious. Poetic. It's not as like poetic as the other two stories that are in here that are a lot more fun and just what I feel is a lot more important. There's a story in here, fucking fantastic. There's like a vampire story in here that is incredible. I love that story. But the middle story was definitely like the star of the show. It's about like this guy that like fucking films himself with like a sexy girl voice and jerks off to that shit. And I know that sounds fucking disgusting and gross and crazy. I know how it sounds. But brother, that chapter was fucking fantastic, okay? That shit was fantastic. It was all about the two genders understanding that in certain aspects they have it easy and no gender has it harder than the other gender or whatever. If we're just going by the notion that there are two genders, even though it's a spectrum. Whatever. That was fucking incredible shit, okay? And it's told in like a beautiful and meaningful way. And I don't care how weird it sounds. I don't care. I don't care. So, yeah. I'm gonna just leave it out there. Great volume. Better than great. Fantastic. Incredible. All right, next we have a volume that literally made me scream out loud. Some of these make me scream out loud. This one, like, seriously made me, like, fucking, like, beckon my vocal cords. It is Blue Lock, volume 17. Very skinny volume, actually. Pretty skinny. This volume was just fucking fantastic. This volume was just fucking crazy. The ending part of this match was fucking insane. The goal was fucking incredible. The art is insane. Look at this art, bro. Holy fucking shit. That art is incredible. And then there's like a little final matchup with no fucking words. And they're just little pitter patters on the pitch. Oh, it's so hard. Oh, it's so hard. Oh my, bro, I'm just looking at the art. Oh my God. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just looking at the art and I'm like, I'm screaming without the S. I'm screaming without the S. Okay. I'm going to put this away now. So good. Just so good. All right. I got 2 volumes left. I am genuinely shocked that this series is so high because this series is never this high. And I don't know why I'm surprised because this series has been nothing but quality every single volume and has been getting nothing but better every single volume. But especially this series, I'm like, I genuinely did not think I would put it this high or like that I would like enjoy it this much, but I did. And it was Shoha Shoten volume 7. Someone actually recently asked me, how good Shoha Shoten was. And it's very good now, especially. I think I gave this 10 out of 10. Like genuinely, I gave this 10 out of 10. I read it for the bingo video as well. We get the end of many character arcs that are finally resolved, and it's one of the saddest things I've read, basically, honestly, this year. It is so fucking sad, and I cried. I'm going to say it now, I cried, because of just how emotional it was, how devastating it was for our main character. Like, some of the stuff in here is just such, like, real-world stuff that I mean, I wouldn't know. I haven't, like, it's like someone close to me died like that, you know, with, like, a terminal illness, but it is just like so, it's just so good. It's just so good. And I can already tell the future volumes are going to be so fucking insane. Like this competition right here is going to be insane. And the first like part of this, like that last part where they're actually doing like the comedy sketch, and it's hilarious first off. They're actually doing the comedy sketch. It's almost like the point of the comedy sketch is not the humor. It's more of just seeing these characters express what they've wanted to do for so long and be able to see these characters have all these like pent up emotions and all these like this like just pent up sadness and anger that they get to just leave out on the comedy floor in the expressive humor. Like I just love that shit so much. And I love how every character has something they're dealing with, but they use humor and comedy making other people laugh as like an outlet for it. I love that shit so much. And this volume does it so well. It is so good. And these guys' story, I don't know why they're on the cover. They're not important at all. These guys' story is so fucking awesome. I love that story at the beginning where it's so good and it's just so like it just makes there's a certain pair of characters it just makes them look so evil for no reason. Like it's genuinely it like I'm gonna reference Invincible one more time. It literally is on the same level as like how Eve's dad is like the most evil motherfucker on the planet. Like we will redeem Conquest. We'll give Conquest like a I'm so lonely moment. Eve's dad, absolutely not. Do not give him a single moment of sympathy. Ever. He's just plain evil. And then that's like what they do with like two characters. They're just evil. Like they're just evil. But I cannot wait. I know the author's gonna do it. I cannot wait for these two characters to get redeemed. Genuinely, because I like their designs too. I like their designs, so I can't wait. All right, next I have, or I guess finally, this is the final one, Full Night, Volume 4. This is, I'm gonna say it right now, a perfect volume. This is a perfect volume of manga. I recently reread, because after I finished this, I was like, this is incredible. I reread Volume 1 of Full Night, and this is one of the greatest things I've ever read. This is going to be one of the greatest things I've ever read. It is like it's just jaw dropping on how good this manga is. I don't even want to talk about it that much because of like I just don't really have anything to say about it. Like I can express these emotions and I can feel the way I feel when I read this volume, and you know I can flip through the pages and I can cry, I can weep, I can scream, I can get angry, I can get mad, I can get sad, and I can be surprised or whatever. But am I really gonna be able to put that into words? Besides what I just did, not really. And so there's not really any point in me trying to take the time out to put it into words on why I love it so much. Especially when people that are smarter than me can go do that. Just go read it. Just do yourself a favor and go read Full Night. Like, it's not even like, it's not going to change like your perception of anything. But is it like on paper one of the best things ever written, in my opinion? At least one of the best manga ever written, in my opinion? Yes. It just genuinely is. In my opinion, I always try to preface with that because I don't want to make it seem like my opinion is like absolute fact. And if you don't follow, like I really hate it when people are talking about like objectively this manga does this better. Like no, because manga is an opinionated media. Like that's not how it works. Like we can put things in the rules of objectivism, but manga is a subjective medium. So no matter how much objectivity you create in art, everything is always going to be subjective by the end of the day. That's a topic for another video. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, put a soda emoji. Yeah. Soda emoji in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you Saturday. Is this coming out on Monday or Wednesday? Monday. This is coming out Monday. Because the bingo video is coming out Saturday. This is coming out Monday. Wheel is Wednesday. Okay, I'll see you guys on the wheel. Wheel video will be Wednesday. Okay, bye.